Are you looking for the best CPU for gaming in this video? We will look at some of the best CPU for gaming on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Intel Core i9 to 13900 Kansas. The Intel i9 to 13900KS is our number one pick for the best CPU for gaming in 2023. This is because the chipset is a true monster with 24 cores and 32 threads, and overclocks to a previously unheard of 6 GHz+. That's a leap even beyond the previous number one on this list, the 13900K. The brand new Raptor Lake flagship is once again utilizing the Intel 710nm process, proving that iterating on what worked with Alder Lake really did pay off. Simply put, you're still getting unrivaled single-core and multi-core performance that will keep your mission for years to come. As with the regular K variant, this is all down to the new hyperthreading that's present in the E-cores of the Raptor Lake architecture. But the Kansas offers around a 5 to 6% performance increase. This revised hybrid system in Raptor Lake CPUs means that Intel is able to push the most it can out of silicon, twice the size of the competition. What's more, being an LG A1700 socket CPU, this model is backward compatible with existing Z690 and alternative motherboards. You've also got the choice of both DDR4 and DDR5 RAM, which could save you money in the building process. Is the Intel Core i9 to 13900KS good for gaming? Yes, it very much is, especially when paired up with a Number 2. Ryzen 7 7800X3D. AMD's 3 Lyracache boosted X3D chips, a newer set of which has finally been fleshed out, are a testament to the continued efforts and innovation behind CPUs. It's a great choice for content creators and gamers alike, making it arguably the best AMD CPU on this list. Our previous number 2 in this list was the mid-2022 release, the Ryzen 7 5800X3D. Our previous number 2 in this list was the mid-2022 release, the Ryzen 7 5800X3D platform. That processor marked AMD's initial steps into 3D cache technology, allowing the firm to boost the 3 Lyracache on the chip, and hence make gaming all the more streamlined. The 5800X3D is probably one of the least expensive chips you can get for a gaming build. But here's the thing, it's been superseded in performance by the Ryzen 7 7800X3D. Yes, the 7800X3D costs around $200 more, but it's better for gaming. When it comes to the difference between the 5800X3D versus 7800X3D, you can expect around a 10 to 12% performance increase, in part thanks to the 7800X3D's 5 GHz boost speed, compared to the 4.5 GHz of the 5800X3D. And let's not forget generational efficiencies. Importantly too, the 7800X3D is future-facing in terms of PCI 5.0 and DDR5 support. Number 3. AMD Ryzen 9 7900X3D released and debuted to some stellar reviews. AMD's Ryzen 9 7900X3D is one of the best CPUs for gaming, as well as a ton of other additional tasks. The 7900X3D is a step above the 7800X3D, allowing users to gain the best of practically all worlds, harnessing powerful video editing and streaming capabilities. But it's more pricey too, and we think that if it's just gaming you're after, then the 7800X3D pips its bigger brother. Generational and versus 7800X3D enhancements, of course, come with a heftier price tag, and these extend to the required additional components to make the 7900X3D run as well as possible. These components include the AM5 motherboard and a liquid water cooler, which may not be ideal for most people. That's the same for the 7800X3D too. But the 7900X3D is an extra $50. And this isn't even the most expensive option, as the Ryzen 9 7950X3D proves to be even more capable. but far more difficult to find at a reasonable price, at around $600. Though the 7900X 3D is a good option for increased productivity, in tandem with exceptional gaming performance. Number 4. Intel Core i7 to 13700K. In terms of the middle ground that the vast majority of PC gamers are going to strive for, the Intel Core i7 to 13700K is more than up to the task. This is all down to the innovations of Raptor Lake's refinements, as the latest i7 CPU is 16-core, 24 threads, and overclocks to 5.4 GHz. We've never seen an i7 that's this capable, meaning it's a real value proposition at $489.99, well under $500. If you're an existing Alder Lake user, then there's certainly an argument to be made about upgrading. You're benefiting from 4 more cores and pushing well beyond the 5 GHz mark too. The same is true of Z690 and other LG A1700 motherboards. There's an opportunity to save money while getting the best performance rates here. And if you're weighing up the Ryzen 7 7800X 3D versus Core i7 13700K, one of our CPU experts, Camilo Delgado, writes that if you're going for higher critical temperatures, the extra cores will have you covered. So if you're a fan of overclocking, the i7 13700K is the one for you in the mid-range. Number 5. AMD Ryzen 5 7600X. In terms of sheer value, the AMD Ryzen 5 7600X is a hard act to follow, with its incredibly aggressive asking price of just $299. Marking it as the best budget CPU on this list. That's a full $30 cheaper than the Intel equivalent. This model keeps this more standard than with Raptor Lake, sticking to the tried-and-true 6-core, 12 threads build, but shrinking the silicon in half with the 5nm process. What does that mean for you? Well, if you're investing in an AMD Ryzen 5 7600X with DDR5 memory in your machine, you're going to be able to feel that 4.7 GHz frequency straight out of the box. Single-core performance thrives with higher clock speeds, and that won't be an issue, as the extra bandwidth of Psi 5.0 can be used to full capacity. We'd also like to note that the inclusion of the 7600X CPU here sees us say goodbye to the 5800X 3D from our list overall. In terms of gaming performance, the 7600X matches AMD's much-loved chip, but it offers great technology going forward and more options for future upgrades.